going to show you this Molle storage that I got from DirtBound USA. Now, DirtBound USA calls this the window storage rack with Molle. So, window storage rack Molle. This is the what the unit looks like. You get a sticker, you get the unit itself, made out of some pretty heavy gauge steel, and you get these brackets. Now, it does not show any type of instructions, so I'm going to have to figure this out, and let's just see what happens. First thing I'm going to do, as you saw in my other video for the little cubby hole in the back, I'm going to wipe this down with a wax and grease remover, and then I'm going to prime it and paint it black. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm going to use a self-etching primer, and of course I wiped everything down with that Rust-Oleum wax and tar remover. And again, prepping this is very important if you don't want the paint to peel. So, I mean, this was what I'm doing. Self-etching primer, you know, wipe it down, clean all the oil and stuff. They put a little bit of oil on there, I guess, to keep it from rusting. And then I'm painting it with an acrylic lacquer. But you can also powder coat it if you wanted to. All right, now that we've got it all primed, we're going to hit it with the good stuff here. I'm going to paint these little brackets also it came with, and of course it came with some different type of screws. Looks like some hex head screws and some nuts and these long screws, and with no instructions, so we're going to try to figure it out. All right, now that we got it painted, we're going to hit it with some clear coat. So in order to put this in here so it doesn't rattle around or fall, you know, because I mean this thing's sturdy and heavy, and it's supposed to hold gear, which makes it even heavier. And according to what the company told me, that you just kind of screw it in. I'm going to show you what they sent me, and it's horrible the direction. So we're going to figure it out. I think I want to take this panel off, screw it to the panel, and put some backing on it to help hold that thing up. I think this is metal, so it actually holds. I think it screws to that too. Okay, what I decided to do was take these brackets. I'm going to bend them in a little bit because the contour of this top here, you know, if it goes straight like that, you see the gap. So I'm going to bend it to where it goes like that, where it fits flush. But you can't have that down here, so I'm going to have to alter these brackets a little bit. And I think the way that I'm going to do them is put the brackets facing this way toward the window. That gives me this much space between the window and the unit here. But since there's no directions, you can kind of do it how you want. I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. I'm going to remove this little metal piece here so I can get behind it and drill, or I may just pull it back like this and drill if it doesn't come out. Yeah, just remember, this top piece is the most important. It is metal. The rest of it's plastic, and gravity is going to be pulling down on here. So what I'm doing is I'm using some bolts. It did not come with these nuts and bolts on here, but that's what I'm going to use to bolt it up. And you can see what I've done was I bent this bracket a little inward. This one would be straight like this, you see? So I bent it inward to kind of do the contour of the vehicle. Okay, I've got it screwed back in, and actually came with screws for this. And these brackets are extremely sturdy now. Bent in a little bit. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do down here yet. Alrighty, so I've got the top brackets in. You can see why I bent it. It's just hanging right there. It's so it can go up like this. Now, that's pretty sturdy because that's metal, but this is plastic, but it looks like... Okay, now I got a nut on the back of that. All right, so now this swings freely, and so what I've determined is if I put this bracket here and I slowly go back, it sits right where it should be, right there. And then, so you can, that's going to be tough to do behind it, although I think it makes a cleaner look. Or you can do it like this, and or you could do it like this and just put the screw right out here where you can get to it. Let me think about that. All right, I've decided to do this right. I'm going to have to take this panel off because I need to get behind here and put some type of support. So to get this panel off, you got a bunch of screws and this seatbelt holder thing right here. Now see, what would have been good if they would have fabricated some kind of bracket that would screw into here. That way it would not move, but they didn't. They want you to screw into this little plastic piece. So I'm going to fabricate something back here to make this work. So this is what I decided to do. I put a little plate back here, and that bracket is going to go just like that. That'll strengthen it up a little bit. All right, I've got the brackets on, even put a little red Loctite on there, keep them from coming loose. As you can see, some little scrap metal for a backing plate. So there is one of these little Christmas tree clips, and this Pittsburgh Automotive from Harbor Freight has those in there, so we're going to use that one right there. All right, this is the final install. So it is extremely durable now, so I'm not worried about the plastic as I have a large plate under there. Again, this is metal, so it is secure up here. It is not going anywhere. I can tug extremely hard on it. It's not going to rattle. So if you want the install instructions from DirtBound, they don't have it, but it's really not that hard. So again, I used the two small L brackets like this, and the larger ones went on the bottom like that. So you do have to take this out if you're going to install it like me, or just pull this back, and I had to completely remove this. But overall, I'm very satisfied with the product. So I have the cubbyhole Molle and the back window Molle, and of course you can mount your axes and stuff like that. So hopefully this helps you make an informed buying decision. Have a great day.